You want me to bring some nuggets to the game? All right. You want to bring me? I'm gonna bring some nuggets here. This guy right here. His name is Nugget. Chicken McNugget. Alright, what's going on, everyone? It's your man John Resurrection. This is the journey to the stage. My man Jason Harris and I are shooting content on our way in our journey to do the Game Changer event. Right now we are at Ravine Vineyard out in Canada here. These guys are opening up their space to allow us to talk about a little bit of their winery and what they have to offer. So if you're ever in Canada, make sure you check this thing out. Late. Everyone, it's your man John Resurrection here. We're here to expose some truth in the wine game. We're out in Toronto, Canada. What part of Canada is this? Niagara now?
Niagara, yes, we're in Niagara.
In Niagara, we're at the Ravine Vineyard, and we were basically just walked into this winery and basically told them we're going to shoot content, and they're all about it. It's interesting.
Really quick, before we even get into it,
let the audience know what's going on, your little story, what you're about.
Yeah, so Paul Harber, proprietor of Ravine Vineyard. We've been open for 11 years now as a winery, restaurant. We also do events and so on, corporate, social. But our family's been on this farm since 1867. So
family owned.
Yeah. So we've been open since the Canadian Confederation. It was actually my great-great-grandfather, David Jackson Lowry, that planted the first commercial peach orchard, pear orchard, and vineyard in Niagara on this farm back in 1869. So we've, I'm fifth generation. We've been in the farming business for, well, decades, well, over a century and a half. We turned the farm into a winery to keep it from being developed. That an oddity to our farm is zoned 100% in the urban boundary. So when my grandfather passed, developers were coming or whatever. So it was planned for, I think, about 128 home subdivision that we stopped or whatever by purchasing the farm from the rest of the family and converting to the winery. So yeah, I spent time putting this all together in my head with my family as far as we wanted to do a destination winery, not just a one-trick pony, to offer an experience of Niagara. So if you're in a food, if you're in a wine, if you only had one place to go or whatever, had one choice, that you would know that you don't have to come to Ravine to check it out. So we have different programs here, not just highlighting the wines, but we have like 3/4 of an acre of a vegetable garden out the front. Lower Vineyards our garden, or our whole property is certified organic, as well as the vegetable garden. We have our chicken coop over there. We got 20 beehives over there. We started making ciders a couple years ago, so we make an apple, peach, pear, and strawberry cider, all extra dry.
I'll have to definitely try some of that. I'm
Yeah,
a huge cider fan.
Okay, well, if you like the ones that taste like Kool-Aid, you won't like ours.
No. I can't say the sweet stuff.
Yeah, that's what ours is. And like when we started making it, it was like kind of along the line of like, well, it's like coffee. When you start drinking black coffee, you can never have cream or sugar again.
Yeah,
that's true.
So we went with that. It's not for everybody, but for that who
that
it's
niche
for or whatever, like it's definitely that's
Yeah.
who we're driving towards. We got an extremely talented culinary team down in the kitchen. Matthew Payne is our executive chef, with Colin Gailey as his chef de cuisine, and Jennifer Wilms and Ted Stone are both our executive sous chefs. Each one of them could operate their own restaurant anywhere in their own right.
That's awesome.
We're just blessed
So
to have
cool.
the talent here. They control our whole like charcuterie program down in our barrel cellar. We have our aging cave. So we got prosciuttos, guanciale, brezzolas, pancettas.
Oh, you're doing that on site?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So we do everything like, and that's where like my background was culinary driven. I actually
Very cool.
cooked in New York and Germany and with Michael Statlander and all that for about a decade, and then I came home and then I took over this program. So food is near and dear to my heart, and that's why we have such like a strong culinary program this year as well.
That's awesome.
We want to have an atmosphere that respects the farm that it is, or whatever, but also delivers the quality of the food and the level of service that the discriminating palate and our educated customers are looking for. But it's also a place for a first date. It's a place for grabbing a burger or like letting the kids run out. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And so like it's kind of like I would hate to say it, but rustic chic or whatever. It's a place that you could spend 5 days on Bay Street or Wall Street, and then come here on the weekend and let your hair down and have what you're looking for as well as the experience of.
I'm kind of curious because a lot of people that do listen to this are business owners.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, and developing out an experience for their business, and also developing a brand for their business is something that they're always trying to strive to do.
Right.
We're really kind of struggle with.
Yeah.
What were kind of some of those early steps for you? In deciding what was the brand going to be, what was that experience going to be?
I think you got to listen to your customer, because like we had an idea in our head and like they completely told us something different than we thought.
Really?
So like this restaurant was originally a deli bakery that it was counter service, soups and sandwiches.
I actually
whatever.
I remember the first time I got it. That's exactly what it was.
And like over time, people wanted to just be seated at a table, have a server come to them. So we had to start providing table service. Well, if we're providing table service, we got to generate more like revenue or more to the bottom line, because now we have to pay all these servers and so on like that. So like there was a balancing. So then we started doing full lunch and dinner service, and then we built the dining room or whatever. So like you have to be willing to not be so narrow-minded and just driven into like you have to be willing to take constructive criticism and use it to your full advantage. But yeah, it's and don't force things like that. Just aren't natural. Like I think like the branding of the property actually branded itself.
Yeah.
And
so by developing out what that experience was going to be and listening to your customers, and I think that's what's really kind of key. I think it's going to be a great takeaway that someone's either listening to the podcast, watching the podcast.
Yeah.
That's you guys took the time to listen to what your customers are. You did it for them, not necessarily for yourself.
Yeah.
But by doing it for them, you got the value of it.
Yes, and I would say definitely too, like, maybe not for everybody, but definitely for us, like, we're hoping that our business doesn't have a price tag on it. Like, that it doesn't have an end game. I'm not trying to build it up as big or whatever to then sell it for the most profit or whatever. Like,
it's more than that to you.
Ours is to pass over or whatnot, so we're fine with going slowly forward or whatever and just organically growing into the shoes that we got to fill.
Great. And so the legacy is really that's the biggest driving factor. That's what allows you guys to stay patient in what you're doing.
Totally. The life lessons I think everybody's heard, but I don't think everybody follows is doing to others as you want done it to yourself or whatever. So like that's the way that we conduct ourselves, and it's one of the ways that when we think of experiences, it's like okay, instead of like, would I enjoy this or whatever? Like, is this what I'm looking for or whatever? And like that's where sometimes it sucks because I've kind of built a place I want to hang out at, but I also have to operate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dropping bombs on Baghdad. This is amazing.
Was that not cool? Come on. Did you know that's what we were doing today?
Here's what's crazy about this is that, and I hope our audience is heavy in auto, right?
Yeah.
And we're touching into other avenues now, which I told you about that we need to start touching.
Yeah.
how they all correlate together.
Dude, so much.
I mean,
like so much.
I mean, there's a reason why this facility, this restaurant, winery, farm.
I'm just gonna move the camera over here.
There's a reason why it's doing what it's doing. And he said it himself. He has 5 of the best people in the kitchen that can run the kitchen. But why did he do it? Because a guy like this, I mean, he was spitting fire when it's coming from the top. Everything else
You didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to think about it. He knew his why so well. All right, that it was just it took no time to come out.
He wasn't even sweating. He said, "Next question." In his head, you could probably say, "Next question." Next question is that I talk about when he started throwing the historics out. I was like, okay,
because this is his passion. This is when you're in with the word you use. This is his truth.
Yeah.
You know, this is what he likes. This is where he lives.
There is a clear definition why he's gonna win because he knows who he is. He knows what he's trying to do, where he's going to go with it, how he's going to do it. That's
it's so perfect. Look, he's letting his customers and his why give direction how he does everything. I couldn't have asked for a better example of that theory.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and we talk about, you know, a lot of dealerships, and the dealership really defining why. We all know what we sell cars.
This is right.
Okay.
And they go for growth.
Yeah, we get it, right? But it's the why.
Yeah.
Right? His was clear as day. So much so he didn't think about it.
Right.
It was like, you know, he just, boom, there it is, right? And then that gave direction to entirely how he runs his business.
Absolutely.
That was cool.
Yeah. That was...
That's the best way to look at it. That should be the tagline. That was cool.
That was cool. That is what it's going to be. It was cool. It was fucking cool. But it's just... Thank you for pulling over.
Who would have thought?
Realistically, I mean, we really just came to do a pit stop.
Yes, we did. We just decided to come for a pit stop real quick. Actually, it's because this guy had to pee.
Yeah. We are. But it's amazing. Here's a takeaway though that I want to, outside of what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Right. As far as this, right. Here's what I do want to touch base with everyone that's out there watching is that take the time to talk to every single individual you can touch base with. No matter where you go.
Doesn't matter the
value
industry.
like this, guys like this.
You gotta learn them.
This guy. Paul, I would have never, in a million years, if we were walking down the street, ever stopped this guy.
No.
Right? This is where this big thing of expose your truth. For my thing is, everyone has a truth, everyone has a story. It's just a matter of you listening to it and then what you're going to take from it.
Yeah.
It's huge. This guy just basically dropped nuggets like McDonald's has in their freaking fryer. I mean, it was crazy how much nuggets he was putting out there. And he was...
The reason for that is because he knows.
Oh, of course.
Look, the guy obviously took some time, some meditation, soul searching, whatever the hell you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
But he took the time to define why the hell he did something he wanted.
Yep.
You know? I couldn't have ever found a better example of that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is because that's the space that he's living in, right? And he's doing it for his customers. He's making money. Yeah. You know? Like, this is not, like, it's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Like, he is making money.
Absolutely.
Yep. I'm a little tipsy. Had a little bit too much wine, but it was worth it. If they offer, you just say yes. That's the tip of the day. If they offer, you say yes. Don't ask why. Journey to the stage with my man, Jason Harris. Alright, so my tour guide was actually right. It's not that far. I almost took an Uber. Spent $6, but nevertheless, it's a 5-minute walk. Here we go.